If you've walked away from something good and can't shake the feeling that you gave up, if a quiet voice keeps whispering that you're the kind of person who quits, I want you to consider this. You're not a quitter. You're pruning. You let go of something that was alive and fine precisely so that something better could finally have the room to grow. Somewhere along the way, we turn never giving up into the highest virtue, no matter what it was attached to. Finish what you start. Don't be a quitter. Push through. So when you let something go, even something that was quietly costing you everything, you brand yourself with the worst word you know. But not all leaving is failure, and not all persistence is strength. Sometimes holding on is the actual mistake. Think about a gardener with a pair of shears standing over a rose bush. To a beginner, what the gardener does looks like vandalism. They cut away healthy, living stems, perfectly good branches that are flowering right now. It feels like destruction, but the gardener knows something the beginner doesn't. A bush left to grow everything grows nothing well. The plant's energy gets spread thin across too many blooms, and they all come out small. Cut the good branches, and the plant pours everything it has into the few that remain. The cut isn't loss. The cut is how anything ever blooms fully. That's what walking away from a good enough thing actually is. It's pruning. The job that was fine, the project that was working, the relationship that wasn't bad, the path that was perfectly reasonable, these aren't always failures you escaped. Sometimes they're healthy branches drinking up energy that your few true things desperately need. Letting them go isn't giving up. It's refusing to let your life bloom small. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call her Sophia. Sophia had built a career that looked, from every angle, like a success. A stable job, a clear ladder, good money, the respect of people she admired, and she was dying inside it, slowly and quietly, in a way that was hard to even justify because nothing was wrong. When she finally left it for something smaller, riskier, and truer to what she actually wanted to build, half the people in her life told her she was throwing it all away. The voice in her own head agreed. Quitter. What Sophia came to understand was that she hadn't quit anything. She had pruned. The career wasn't a dead branch. That was exactly why it was so hard to cut. It was green and flowering and fine, but it was taking all the light, all the years, all the energy that the real thing inside her needed and couldn't get while she kept that bigger branch alive. Within 2 years, the smaller things she'd poured everything into had grown beyond anything the old path could have given her. She didn't lose the rose. She finally let it bloom. There's real science under this. Economists have a precise name for the trap. Sophia almost fell into the sunk cost fallacy, the well-documented human tendency to keep investing in something simply because we've already invested so much, even when letting go would clearly serve us better. The studies show again and again that the time, money, and effort you've already spent is gone either way, and using it to justify staying only deepens the loss. Knowing when to cut isn't weakness. It's one of the hardest and most rational things a person can learn to do. So, if you've been calling yourself a quitter, here are 3 things I want you to understand about letting go. First, the hardest things to cut are the good ones, and that's exactly why they need cutting. Nobody agonizes over pruning a dead branch. The painful cuts are the living ones, the things that are working well enough to keep, but not well enough to bloom. If walking away was hard, precisely because the thing was fine, that's not a sign you made a mistake. That's the sound of real pruning. Second, your energy is finite, and spreading it everywhere means thriving nowhere. You cannot pour everything into a thing while you're also keeping 5 other good branches alive. Every yes to the merely fine is a quiet no to the could be. Great. Cutting isn't subtraction from your life, it's concentration of it. Third, pruning is an act of faith in what comes next. You cut not because you hate the branch, but because you believe in the bloom you haven't seen yet. That belief feels like a risk in the moment and looks like wisdom in hindsight. The gardener doesn't cut in despair. They cut in confidence that the plant has more in it than the shape it's currently in. So stop wearing that word like a verdict. You were never a quitter. You were a person brave enough to let go of the good in pursuit of the great, which is the rarest and most demanding kind of courage there is. The investor Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Saying no to the good is how you protect your yes to the great." So pick up the shears without shame. You were never quitting. You were pruning. Cut what's taking the light and watch what's left of you finally, fully bloom.